How's everybody doing out there on YouTube? This is JD Olson with the Martial Art Limited Association and of course my gym Keishidojo Martial Arts Unleashed. And so what we have for you guys today is some fundamentals in boxing or kickboxing. So we're going to kind of break down how to throw the punches and to get the most out of your punches. Also like the position your elbow should be in, your shoulder, all that kind of stuff. Also to know the difference between a jab and a cross and stuff like that. So if you're a beginner into the world of boxing or kickboxing, this is the video for you guys. Stay tuned, let's check it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and face the camera. I'm gonna be in my opposite lead to show you guys a couple things, and then I'm gonna jump on my Wave Master bag and show you guys those things on the bag as well. So first things first, we're gonna be in a stance. So let's say you're joining a kickboxing class or a rock box class or whatever have you, and you're gonna jump in. And so the first thing you wanna do is make sure you kind of got a posture. So if you're a traditional right-handed person, what you want to do is you want to put your feet together. You're going to take your right foot, you're going to move your right foot 90 degrees. So now your feet are in an L shape. You're going to pick up that right foot with your heel, rotate it 90 degrees again. So now your toes are both facing the target. And then you're going to pick up your toes, you're going to pull in about 45, and you're going to lift up your heel. And so when you do this, you want to make sure you have about, a foot and a half or so of in between your feet. Guru Ram Blicky will say to build a fit like a telephone pole between your legs, and then you also have a little bit of front and back. And then from there, you're going to grab your hoodie. You're going to put your martial arts hoodie on. Your elbow should be in close. Your hand should be kind of tight to your cheeks. And I recommend just kind of moving around a little bit to get your feet to kind of stabilize, because maybe you were a little bit too far back, or maybe you were a little bit too wide. And so once you do this, it kind of sinks itself in for your body type. And so what we have is the very first thing is a jab. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw the first punch out straight. When you're first learning this, I recommend throwing your punch upside down to force your shoulder up. And then once you're comfortable, putting it back to the level position. And so you take a little half a step and you throw the punch. Half a step, throw that punch. Half a step, throw that punch. Half a step and throw the punch. Then you take the secondary step and you follow it up with a cross. Okay, so you took the first step, throw the jab, and throw the cross. Again, in the very beginning, upside down, and then once you're comfortable with that, here. But make sure it's shoulder up first, okay? I'm gonna back up so you can see my feet too. And so again, if I look at this, 1, 2, 3, up, hoodie on. Okay, and so small step, jab, small step, jab, small step, jab, small step, jab. Once I have the jab, I've already established range, I throw the cross. I throw the cross. Remember, the cross is traveling across our body. So if I switch to my lead this way, so I threw the jab is coming off the lead foot, I throw the cross. The cross is crossing the body. It's traveling from this shoulder past that shoulder into the target, hence the name cross. Okay, so we're here, we threw the jab, we threw the cross. Now we're going to throw a lead hook. Okay, when you fire your lead hook, elbow should be up, hand should be this direction, all of this should be nice and tight. It shouldn't be like this, and it shouldn't be like that. It should be pretty high up. Okay, you're just going to kind of throw that punch. Another thing you don't want to do is you don't want to punch when your arm is way over here. Think of it like a car engine or a piston. It kind of just pops into the target and then comes back. So here, just like so. So you got jab, cross, and hook. Jab, cross, hook. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. One more time. 1, 2, and 3. And since this is a kickboxing plan, we're now going to throw a kick in the mix. Okay, so you have your jab, you cross, your hook, and so what we're going to do is we're going to throw this rear kick, just like so. Now, a big thing I've seen lately when people kick is they leave their toes pointed, like right now, the toes are pointed at the camera, and they're twisting their hip and their knee, but you want to let your foot rotate. Okay, so when I'm here, a way to kind of cheat this is notice I point my toes away from the camera. That opens my hip flexor up a little bit. And so now when I throw the kick, it's good to go. And that'll never be the way it is in combat or in motion on the bag. But you get the idea, hopefully, for the sake of understanding. So if I throw jab, I throw a cross, I throw a hook, I angle my foot out, throw that kick. And now I'm back to my position. When you kick, don't fly away. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so let's look at that on the Wave Master on the bag while I kick it. Another thing too is you want to try to punch nose height. If you really want a good workout, you want to punch higher than your head. There's a pretty cool interview with Randy Couture when he was training to fight Brock Lesnar, and he said he had to learn to punch up, and it was really exhausting to punch up all the time because you don't really think about it, that how much more energy that is versus punching level. But I can tell you, true experience, my son is 6'6", and when we box, I'm punching up a lot, and I tire out faster than I do when I'm punching my own base height. So keep that in mind. If you're in a fitness kickboxing class and you want a little bit more of a workout, punch up to the top of the bag. These bags are roughly 6 feet tall. I'm 5'11", so if I'm punching up here, it'd be like punching somebody who's like 6'2", 6'3", maybe in their face. So I'm learning to punch up, not here at my height, but I'm punching up to the top of the bag. So, but traditionally you should at least be punching nose height. A lot of people want to punch down here because it's easy, and it is. And if you're a brand new person in kickboxing, maybe you do punch a little bit low because your arms are tired and you're not used to it. But then as soon as you can, bring it up, and then when you're ready, or you need a new challenge, bring it up even higher, okay? So let's look at the combination I just gave you. So I'm in my position, again, if you weren't sure, 1, 2, 3, heel up, hoodie on, and I kind of just move around a little bit before I bounce. Okay, so I'm in position. So I take that half a step, throw the jab, throw the cross. Now on these bags, there's no protrusion, so the hook will go past unless you really want to hook the bag. You got to get a little bit closer to fire your hook. But understand, now you're in a weird position for your next punch. You got to kind of modify your striking on a bag like this if there's no movement and you want to do like a kickbox or, like I said, a rock box. So 1, 2, I missed that. Now I turn that foot out and I throw that round kick. When I throw that round kick, I'm aiming with the top of my foot for right now, and then I'm going to give you a modification to use your whole shin, like a tie kick, okay? So let's talk about the kick in specific. So if you leave your foot in place, again, don't kick when your toes are facing the target. In the beginning, you might get away with it, or if you're young, but over time, it's going to tear up your knee. So if you're brand new and you're afraid of balance, rotate your foot out, okay? Really easy. Just lift up my toes, point them away from the bag. Now my hips are open. You'll feel it. It's going to be like, hey, it's a little bit awkward. And now, I just fire the kick. I'm going to fire just a couple so you guys can see it. Okay? Top of the foot. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, if you want to make it a little bit more dynamic, you be on the balls of your feet, and you rotate on the ball of your feet. So now, 1, 2, 3, I'm on the ball of my feet, and I twist and kick with that up in the air. Okay? Again, depending on the level you are, maybe in the beginning, you're kicking here, okay, or maybe even thigh height. Don't kick the plastic, it hurts. Kick low in the beginning. Once you're pretty comfortable, kick at least waist high, somewhere in this little vicinity. And then as you get better, kick up, okay? And that'll kind of give you more of a workout. So that 4 count, put it in perspective. So I'm here. Initially, I'm not in range. I take that half a step. Now I'm in range. So jab, cross, hook, round kick. And I'm back in my posture. Jab, cross, hook, kick. All right, so there's that. Now let's talk about the round kick specifically. Okay, so when you round kick, you can kick with the top of the foot. You can kick with anything from pretty much the top of the foot all the way to the bottom of the kneecap. Sorry. So the foot to the kneecap would be more of a tie kick, and then how you execute that is going to be up to you. We have 3 different ways. You have the horizontal, where I just kick and I cut across. So I push just like so. Okay? A little bit more of a Muay Thai style. If you want the pop, it's going to be probably more of your foot. Okay? And then if you want the Muay Thai, a little bit more of a push. But now, I can also cut up at an angle. Okay? We call it the rising or the diagonal cut up. And so here, I'm intentionally hitting the bag with my shin, but I'm trying to hit it here and force it up this way. Okay? Like if I follow the X. Okay? And then you have the tree chop, where I bring my leg up higher and I cut down the X other way. So now, it's more of a chop down. Chop, cut down that tree. When you're really kind of moving good, when I'm all good, I don't know if you caught it, my heel points toward the target. When I'm kicking now, my heel is pointing at the target. That's when I have the most balance. Well, there you guys have it. Something simple for you guys. Okay? So, you made it to the end of the video. You guys know what to do. Hit that like button if you like the video. Do us a favor and smash that subscribe button. It really helps us out. Little thing for you, huge thing for us. And then hit that bell icon too. The next video is coming out. From all of us here at Keishidojo and from Martial Arts Limited Association, this is Guru JD. Bye. This is Coach JD, and I'm out.